Imagine coming home after a grueling day, expecting the sanctuary of your locked garage, only to find your HOA busybody, Linda Grayson, parked inside like she staked a claim not by accident, but with smug intent. Now picture her fining you for it. But what if you discovered a loophole in the bylaws that let you legally dismantle the entire garage with her shiny SUV still inside? Buckle up. Where are you watching this unfold from? And if you've ever dealt with a neighbor like this, share your tale below. Grab some popcorn. This revenge is a wild ride. It all kicked off on a dreary, rainy Tuesday, the kind that seeps into your bones and frays your nerves. I pulled into my driveway after a 10-hour shift at the auto shop, ready to collapse, expecting my garage to be as I'd left it. Closed, secure, mine. Instead, the door gaped open. At first, I figured I'd slipped up and forgotten to lock it, a rare lapse, but plausible. What wasn't plausible was the silver Toyota Highlander parked inside, license plate, LND001, sporting a bumper sticker that screamed entitlement. I stood there, rain-soaked and dumbfounded, staring at it under the flickering light I hadn't switched on. Stepping inside, I nearly wiped out on the wet concrete and spotted a laminated HOA placard on the dashboard. Vehicle temporarily housed for community patrol coordination. My teeth ground together. I live alone, own my home outright, and never signed up to loan my garage to Linda Grayson's delusions of grandeur. Linda, by the way, is the HOA president and a certified nuisance, obsessed with rules and passive-aggressive post-its. She's the type to measure your lawn with a ruler and report your Christmas lights for being too festive. But this was trespassing. Fuming, I marched 3 houses down to her place, still in my oil-streaked boots dripping wet. She answered the door in yoga gear, sipping a kale smoothie, flashing that fake, syrupy smile she uses when she's full of it. "Oh, you're back early," she chirped. "Don't worry, I had to relocate my vehicle for community safety. There's been suspicious activity on your street." "My street? My garage? My property," I shot back. Naturally, she breezed on like I'd begged for a lecture. "We needed a secure spot. Yours was the only one available. Because it wasn't supposed to be open." I snapped. "You picked the lock?" She rolled her eyes. "It was a flimsy latch. You should upgrade for security." I stood there, rain streaming off me, realizing 2 things. Linda saw nothing wrong with this, and she'd do it again. "The car's gone in 30 minutes or I call the cops," I said. Her smile didn't budge. "Go ahead, but I'd hate for this to escalate into a community issue. You know how the board feels about disruptive types." 30 minutes became an hour. Then my neighbor, Mr. Jenkins, tipped me off. Linda had bragged at the last HOA meeting about securing strategic shelter for patrol assets. I wasn't a neighbor, I was a bunker. By midnight, I'd had it. I posted pics of her car online. Guess who thinks my garage is public property? It blew up on the neighborhood Facebook group. Reactions from, "What the hell?" to classic Linda. Then the HOA emails rolled in, 3 of them, all whining about my aggressive tone, ignoring her break-in. The next morning, her car was still there, now with a note, "Direct concerns to the HOA board. Do not interfere with patrol vehicles." Patrol vehicles? She thought she was running a military base. I folded the note, brewed coffee strong enough to strip paint, and decided, if Linda wanted war, she'd get it. That afternoon, I hit up a locksmith. When he asked why I needed an emergency lock change, I said, "Suburban invasion. The enemy's well hydrated." He didn't flinch. Must be common in HOA land. By the time I got back, the Toyota was gone, but only because Linda saw the Facebook post and realized her garage squat was the neighborhood's hot gossip. That night, I watched security footage on my phone. Cameras I'd installed months ago caught it all. Linda prying the lock with a crowbar, waving at the lens like a pageant queen. I saved it to the cloud. This wasn't over. She'd messed with the wrong guy. Next time she parked there, I wasn't calling a tow, I was calling a scrapyard. 3 days later, an orange envelope was taped to my door. Violation notice. Improper garage use. Due law 200 fine. The reason? Garage must remain accessible to HOA security vehicles during elevated threat periods. I nearly choked on my cereal. It was 2025, not a dystopian regime. A second page warned of liens, community SARE VYC, or loss of lawn PRI VY leges for non-compliance. Lawn PRI VY leges? Was I in a feudal VY lodge? I called the HOA number straight to Linda's chipper voicemail. "Thank you for calling Pinewood Estates HOA. Your compliance is our strength." I emailed the notice to my lawyer, Tom Hensley, who once called HOA's tyranny with better landscaping. His reply was instant. This is nuts. Let's talk. Then came a second violation, refusal to participate in community safety procedures. Linda had filed a complaint, claiming I'd threatened her, access to security resources, and created a hostile environment. She sent a neighborhood email titled Threats to Harmony, painting me as an unhinged loner without naming me, but with enough hints, garage lock change, social media aggression for everyone to know. 3 neighbors checked on me with an anger management pamphlet, another with banana bread and a church counselor's card. Linda had me pegged as a nutcase with a wrench. I went to the next HOA meeting, not to reason, but to watch Linda squirm. Held in the community clubhouse, a beige purgatory of fake ferns and teamwork makes the dream work, posters I sat in back. Linda opened with a speech about order, safety, and shared values, then dropped a bomb. We're launching a rapid response program. Volunteers may store safety equipment or vehicles during emergencies. Some residents, however, she locked eyes with me, refused to cooperate. I raised my hand. Point of order. You're not recognized, she snapped. I'm a dues-paying member, I said. You have to let me speak. Murmurs rippled. She nodded grudgingly. Let the minutes show, I said, that the HOA president admitted to illegally entering my garage and now wants to punish me for stopping her. Her new policy violates the HOA charter and local property laws. Gasps. Linda's nostrils flared. You don't get the spirit of it. I held up my phone security footage of her jimmying my lock. The spirit looks a lot like breaking and entering. Her husband, Ted, leapt up, red-faced. You're out of line. And yet my garage is clear, I grinned. Funny how that works. The meeting imploded. Someone projected the footage. Linda waved her clipboard like a TV host. Next day, another violation. Inappropriate behavior or at HOA meeting, plus a DULA 500 special assessment for legal reviews and security enhancements caused by my disruptions. A motion to strip my voting rights was filed too. Linda wasn't just petty, she was building a case to control my property. Then I found it. Article 4, Section 9 of the HOA Charter. Buried in legalese, it said if a property was deemed abandoned and the HOA didn't claim it within 10 days, the adjoining resident could liquidate it. I didn't sleep that night, not from fear but glee. This was my ace. I tested it, called the HOA hotline, spoofed my number, and asked about the garage on lot 42B. Linda answered, Oblivious, it's community safety infrastructure now, not under active homeowner use. Jackpot. I sent a certified letter. If the HOA claimed my garage, they had 10 days to prove it, or I'd treat it as abandoned. No response. So I staged a garage sale, food trucks, floodlights, a banner. Everything must go, even the walls. Linda seethed. The HOA couldn't touch it. I hired salvage pros to scrap the garage. On day 10 at 8 a.m., they rolled up with a hydraulic claw. Linda sprinted over in slippers, shrieking, "This is HOA property." I sipped coffee on my porch. You had 10 days to claim it. Article 4, Section 9. Where's my Toyota? She screamed. Scrapped at 7, I shrugged. Hope you had insurance. She sued me 6 days later, destruction of property, emotional distress. But I'd been ready for months, footage, audio of her plotting, witness statements. In court, Judge Clara Holt recognized me from a past case. Linda's case unraveled, dismissed with prejudice. She paid my fees. Then I mailed every homeowner. Want to dissolve the HOA? Here's how. Linda fought back with a restraining order, barring me from my own yard, claiming it was shared space. But she'd listed the wrong address of vacant lot. I bought it through an LLC, Garage Phantom Holdings. When she let her next HOA walk, I tossed her the deed. You can't come near my new land, I said. She went pale. I turned the lot into a community garden, Grayson's Green, with a chicken coop named Cluck Linda. Neighbors loved it. Signatures to dissolve the HOA piled up. At the final meeting, I presented 73 notarized votes. Linda screamed as the HOA died. News cameras rolled. I played footage of her plotting. Her reign ended in disgrace. She tried one last stunt to drone over my house. I handed evidence to the DA. False filings, stalking, fraud from HOA funds. Feds raided her home. She fled weeks later. I turned the old garage site into Linda's lot. A public park mocking her legacy. On the anniversary of her trespass, we threw the Linda Free Jubilee. Revenge? No. Redemption.